Good to see you all this morning. And yeah, it was wet and slushy at my house. Lots to come.
Yeah, a lot of wet snow. I mean, it wasn't sticking where I was driving, Rich, just a lot of wet snowflakes, but it definitely sticking up in the mountains.
Oh yeah, well it's a really wet drive this morning. Someplace you might see a little bit of slush until you get above about 1,000 feet. There it's accumulating on the roadways, and you can see it's coming down. The precipitation is everywhere right now. The atmospheric river down there in Oregon still just catching us, bringing plenty of moisture up while we have that cool air sitting over us. Snow levels are at sea level this morning. So there at the open window school at 1,000 feet on Cougar Mountain, you can see, if you look close, well, you can't because it's underneath the banner there, but underneath that banner you can see the roadways. It's not sticking on there, but sticking everywhere else. And again, that's at 1,000 feet. Overall, the mix of rain and snow until probably mid to late morning. It'll switch over to nothing but some rain at times this afternoon. Highs today, upper 30s and low 40s. May start with a little bit of rain, snow tomorrow morning, much less than today, and then it does dry out. So we'll be seeing a little bit quieter weekend before it turns wet and mild for next week.
We're in first alert traffic mode as well because of the conditions. Right now, you're taking a look out near the intersection of I-90 and Highway 18, where the plows are out if you look closely. So just give yourselves some extra time. That drive on I-90 really starts to get tricky out near Issaquah. And then, of course, we'll continue on to the passes this morning. Right now, one crash is on 405 northbound. This is out near I-90, so out in the Factoria area. This is the fourth crash we've had so far this morning, but it's the only one that's still active at the moment. We'll take a look at some of those drive times coming up in just a few moments.
And we have first alert team coverage for you this morning because of lowland snow across the region and in our mountain passes. Farah Jadron is live at Snoqualmie Pass, where chains are required on I-90. We'll check in with her in just a moment.
But first, let's go live to Savannah Welch in East King County this morning. So Savannah, we've seen the snow falling. Is it sticking to the roads?
Well, you know, the drive up to where we are in Woodinville, really, it's not sticking that much to the roadways, but it is sticking to elevated surfaces. Like here, we're at Wooden Elementary in Woodinville, and you can see just how much is accumulated here and is sticking on this gate. Also, you can maybe make it out in the background there. The snow is continuing to fall in those lights, and it's been steadily falling all morning. But yeah, as I said, and as you said earlier, and Rich has been talking about as well, it's just really not sticking on roadways because it's so warm with temperatures still above freezing. So that's really keeping things, mainly when it comes to the snow, to the grassy areas and elevated surfaces. But so far, we really haven't seen any widespread school delays or closures across the area. Just really the North Shore School District here, really not seeing any notices for snow days or anything. But the districts have been closely watching conditions as the snow continues to fall. Take a look at this video. We shot this in downtown Seattle this morning. This was about 4 a.m. You can see the snow coming down, but the roads are just too warm for it to really stick. But a very, very snowy start to this Friday morning. Temperatures really sticking above freezing, so it's really keeping things more mild when it comes to the drive. Overall, though, we are seeing it continue to come down. It's been coming down this whole morning from the beginning of our drive to where we are in Woodinville here, but we'll keep you updated throughout the morning as we continue to monitor conditions out here across the metro area. In Woodinville, Savannah Welch, King 5 News.
Thank you, Savannah. Also in King County, this is what it looked like in Maple Valley. The snow is sticking to the grass in some parts of the yards, but we're seeing a little bit of accumulation on the side roads as well. And here's a live look now up at the mountains at Snoqualmie Pass, where the snow is coming down hard. There's been also another power outage at the summit.
Yeah, you're hoping that doesn't affect ski operations. They could use some traffic up there on the slopes. Farah Jadron's got her eye on that. On Snoqualmie Pass, what's the latest, Farah?
Yeah, still about 1,000 customers impacted by the outage in these areas. And as you can see, it's steady snow coming down. And this is actually lighter. These are smaller flakes, but at times we're seeing some pretty huge ones. I want to show you some video of our drive eastbound along I-90. This is a view from about 10 to 15 miles west of the summit at Snoqualmie. And you can see the visibility getting a little bit more tricky. And folks were going about 40 miles per hour at a time. I want to show you right here. This is a look live at the fleet of plows we've been seeing going out east and westbound on I-90. We've seen about 5 of them together, along with an accompanying truck giving you the arrows to, stay clear of these plows. But they are working pretty hard. We've seen them since about, 3 o'clock this morning, going east and westbound along I-90. So a lot of work ahead of them because they're clearing up this. This is pretty high snow. You can see my foot's going right into it. And then underneath of it, it's pretty packed, and then it's hard. And we tend to see that when areas aren't getting plowed or they're not going over regularly. We're here at the Gold Creek Pond pull-off areas. That gives you an idea of the type of conditions you're dealing with. Again, about 40 miles per hour on I-90 right now. Chains required except for all-wheel drive. Live along Snoqualmie Pass, Farah Jadrin, King 5 News.
Thank you, Farah. And taking you now to Stevens Pass, which got 21 inches of snow in the last 24 hours, and more is coming down right now. We just saw the snow stake there, which measured about 14 inches of fresh snowfall at Stevens Pass. This morning, chains are required on all vehicles except all-wheel drive at Stevens, Snoqualmie, and Blewett. Traction tires are required at White Pass. We're going to keep you updated on the changing conditions all morning long.
And if you're headed to work or school this morning, you might find these conditions. Highways are wet. Snow not sticking to the pavement too much, but the standing water and slush on the windshield can make driving pretty hazardous out there.